because I don't have a 49 out there.
That's going to be one of his sponsors, and I think a big one at that.
It looked big. So setting the pace, Jeremy Gannett brings him into turn number 3. Outside of him is the 10F of Aaron French. That's your front row. First heat race of the evening here at Off Road Speedway. Let's kick it off out of turn number 4, and let's go racing.
So here we go into turn number 1. It's going to be Gannett to lead the 5-pack into turn 1 to kick things off. And just like that, David Johnson from the outside of the second row already up to position number 2 as they head into turn 3. Meanwhile, Aaron French back there in that third spot. Lap 1 goes to Gannett.
Jeremy Gannett leads it after lap number 1 into turn number 1, followed by the Punisher, David Johnson, Aaron French. Then you have the 11A of Tyler A. Frank and the 18 of Aaron Warman. But into turn number 3, look at the Punisher on the outside, Gannett on the inside. Here's a challenge for the lead. Gannett at the line still leads it by half a car.
16 one-thousandths of a second is the margin between Gannett and Johnson that last time by. Now it's going to be in Johnson's favor as he takes the lead down the back straightaway into 3. Meanwhile, Tyler A. Frank getting by French for that third spot, but now it's the Punisher in command. That's CNC Repaired Sponsor 97.
Coming out of turn number 1 into turn number 2 down the backstretch, it's David Johnson, followed by Jeremy Gannett. Oh, Aaron French around.
Oh, man.
In turn number 2. Is he going to keep it going? Tick, 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 tick. Yes, he does. The green stays out.
Thank you very much, Aaron. We'll keep going. Caution is actually going to be pulled on that one. And just as Aaron got it refired, they're going to pull that one back.
That's going to be a one and done for Aaron French in the heat race there, so unfortunate for him. Tyler A. Frank and the 18 of Aaron Warman.
Well, whatever the safety officials did to Warman, they got it figured out. So the 18 is up and running. Off of 4, we're back to green. Green, white, checkered to decide this one.
Off into turn number 1, it is David Johnson, followed by Jeremy Gannett. Tyler A. Frank's looking to the inside now for second. Out of turn number 2, battle down the backstretch. Johnson stretching it out over Jeremy Gannett. Here comes Tyler A. Frank for second.
Slider move for the 11A. He clears Gannett. White flag out this time. Final trip around for the Punisher. David Johnson looks like he's got this one well in hand, Jimmy.
David Johnson now brings it into turn 3, turn 4, the final corner. The checker flag's out. The Punisher, David Johnson.
Second at the line will be Tyler A. Frank. Then it's Jeremy Gannett, Aaron Warman, and Aaron French will have to round out the field.
So your winner hails from Columbus, Nebraska, driving a 97. He's known as the Punisher, David Johnson.
We got
Nelson Fulbright. See the T-shirts out here?
We got plenty of those over at the souvenir trailer.
Got to talk about my friend sitting down there, old Sandy and the friends, Big Papa, Brian Harms. I got to get one of those shirts because talk about Big Papa. I am a Big Papa. So, yes.
Here we go.
So setting the pace, Jason King out of turn 4. Let's go racing.
So here we go. It's going to be a fatal 4-way match in heat race number 1 for the heat race number 2 for the Sport Mods. It's going to be Michael Wolf with the upper hand as the field comes off the back straightaway for the first time and into 3.
Michael Wolf out of turn number 4, Anthony, followed by Cameron Meyer. Then the 21K, that happens to be Jason King, and then Colby Lightning Langenberg. There goes Meyer.
Yep, Meyer's going to take a look to the outside of Wolf for the top spot as they go into turn 3. Off of 4 this time. Will we see a lead change? Yes, we will. Cameron Meyer now in front. 123 one-thousandths of a second. That's the margin.
So Cameron Meyer in the Mac 2's number 21 has the lead, followed by Michael Wolf. Then it is Colby Lightning Langenberger and Jason King. Cameron Meyer into turn 1.
Now half a second advantage for the 21 of Meyer as they go into turn 1. Meyer shows the way down the backstretch, continuing to opening up that lead. Meanwhile, Colby Langenberg trying to chase down the top 2, but I think he's going to run out of laps here as we've got the white flag coming out next time around.
So down the backstretch out of turn number 2, it is Cameron Meyer, followed by Michael Wolf, Colby Langenberg, Jason King. Out of turn number 4, the big white bed sheets going in the air. It is Cameron Meyer.
So 1/4 mile to go for the 21 out of Pierce, Nebraska, showing strength here. Oh, he's won here before. Can he do it again? Into 3 for the final time. Checker flag is going to fly, race fans. Here comes your winner. Cameron Meyer will take heat race number 2 for the Sport Mods.
Michael Wolf will be second. Colby Lightning Langenberg in third. And finishing out, rounding out the field, Jason King in the 21K. So your winner, he hails from Pierce, Nebraska, driving the Mac Tools number 21. Give it up to Cameron Meyer.
Coming to us from Neely, Nebraska, that'll be Derek Seahigh in the 16S.
And third and final row on the inside from Wakefield, Nebraska, driving 11 in the Killer Bee, number 11. That is Chad Bruns. And outside of him, in the 26 from Norfolk, that is Jeremy Hoskinson.
Well, now Hoskin, I don't know. Do you think Hoskinson has to start in the rear for the little country road running he did?
I don't know. That's the way the lineups were before he hit the country road. So.
All right.
But setting the pace, the Central City Outlaw, Alan Zimmerman. Let's go racing.
So here we go, a six-pack of stock cars coming at you. Off into turn number 1, it will be Zimmerman with the upper hand as they come off of turn 2 this time. 3 wide back there for third is Jeremy Hoskinson trying to press the issue on the outside line. Here he comes. He's going to try to get by everybody on the outside line. Nearly 3 wide for the lead.
Oh.
Zimmerman had it. 7/100ths of a second was Hoskinson behind, but now he takes the lead off of 2.
Jeremy Hoskinson, Alan Zimmerman. Last time Alan Zimmerman was here last week, blew his motor. Got a new motor in there now, running in second. Being challenged by the 15 of J.C. Bruns, who is tied at the line. Derek Seahigh, Hans Hopek, and Chad Bruns.
A lot of tight racing right now. The biggest gap is about 7/10. That was Hoskinson over Zimmerman. But now Jeremy Hoskinson's starting to open up that lead as Bruns. Oh, and Zimmerman just about caught the wall there.
Got a little tight coming out of turn number 4 and was heading for the wall. Jeremy Hoskinson has the lead. J.C. Bruns, Derek Seahigh, Chad Bruns. On the outside of him, the big check, Hans Hopek, and then it is Alan Zimmerman.
Right now, that Big Daddy sponsored 26 of Hoskinson, picking him up and laying him down. Doing a great job riding to the bottom now. And now J.C. Bruns pushes up the track. Here goes Seahigh to the inside. That's for the second spot as they go down the back straightaway.
Jeremy Hoskinson with the lead. Now the battle's on for second. J.C. Bruns going up high. Derek Seahigh down low. Derek Seahigh is going to get it. Then it's J.C. Bruns, Chad Bruns, Hans Hopek, Alan Zimmerman.
Half a lap to go this time. And he's got a very clear path to victory here off at turn number 4. Give it up for race fans. Here comes your winner. Jeremy Hoskinson will take your first stock car heat race.
Coming home in second, Derek Seahigh, J.C. Bruns, Chad Bruns, Hans Hopek, Alan Zimmerman. But your winner hails from Norfolk, Nebraska, driving to 26. Give it up to Jeremy Hoskinson.
Excellent run there for the 26 machine.
And JC beat her dad to the line, and I always said if you ever beat your dad to the line, the information highway is over.
There it is. Looks like there it is. Looks like just over 18/100ths of a second between JC and Chad there.
What I'm saying though is you better be lucky that a sheriff don't come along and say, "Hey, what are you doing out here, son?"
I don't know. That's going to earn him a nickname. Gravel Road Rocket, I guess.
Gravel Road Rocket. Jeremy Hoskinson.
Trademark.
And we're back to green, Anthony.
Let's try this one again. All 6 cars back and accounted for as we go back to green. Off at turn number 2. This time it's going to be the little bomber. This time doesn't seem like he's lost power there. He's got the lead right now, but Ryan Harris on the outside line making some big moves on the outside lane. Here goes Tanner Pettit. He lost power there too. At the line, 3/1000ths of a second in favor of Pettit.
Tanner Pettit. Oh, Cunningham going around between 1 and 2 as Nick Brugman's battling with Tanner Pettit and Ryan Harris. John Brugman, Fred DeSivey, Tanner Cunningham gets it straightened around. We stay green.
Now it's a car length advantage. Just over 18/100ths of a second in favor of Pettit. Here comes Brugman back on the outside line. This is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun division, especially for fantasy racing players right now. Tanner Pettit delivering here on the bottom. Nick Brugman making some dough on the outside line. That time 43/1000ths of a second in favor of Pettit.
Tanner Pettit, Nick Brugman, the young guns in the stock cars taking action. Ryan Harris patiently sitting back there in third with John Brugman, Fred DeSivey, and Tanner Cunningham, and it is still Tanner Pettit.
I mean, we've done this time and time and time again, Jimmy, and I tell you, my friend, it never gets old. The Class 2 Tough to Tame delivering here at Off Road Speedway, and right now the little bomber showing strength on the outside line. Nick Brugman shows the way, half a car length advantage, 81/1000ths at the white flag.
Nick Brugman with the lead, the big white bed sheets in the air. Tanner Pettit. Look at Ryan Harris with a big drive out of turn number 2.
Oh, man.
Ryan Harris, rocking Ryan Harris, looking for the lead.
Who gets here?
The win is going to be Tanner Pettit.
Harris will get second. And then it's Brugman, Fred DeSivey, John Brugman, and Tanner Cunningham. Give these guys a round of applause, race fans. They came here to fight tonight.
Ryan Harris shot out of a cannon out of turn number 2.
But give it up for your winner as he comes off of turn number 4 from right here in Norfolk, car number 2T, Tanner Pettit.
That is Cameron Wilkinson.
So you got 2 Norfolk natives and 3 Neely natives in this one.
Neely against Norfolk.
Man.
Almost sounds like a football game.
Oh, you got to love it. Whether it's the gridiron or the high banks, you can't beat it.
I tell you what, Ryan Harris just
How about Tanner
he
Pettit?
came out of turn 2. It's like, I got Nas in here. Let me hit the button.
Oh, man, Tanner Pettit stuck to his guns on the bottom, and it paid off big.
And right down there in front of us, you can see the Harris fans down there wearing those 49 shirts. They were going nuts. And here we go, green.
Let's see how this one unfolds. Hopefully we'll get another good one as we go into 1, 3 wide there to kick this one off. Off a 2 advantage goes to Ron Pettit down the back straightaway. The Killer Bees, Neil Bruins on the outside. That's 74. Who's going to get back here to lead the opening lap? Give it to Ron Pettit this time.
Ron Pettit, Neil Bruins, Kyle Wilkinson, Chuck Sands, Cameron Wilkinson. Now look at this. It's going to be a 3-way battle for the lead. Wilkinson, Bruins, and Pettit.
They're all right there, and no drivers giving each other an inch here off of turn number 4. Pettit's going to have the lead. Wilkinson's right there. A little bit of fender bending as they came off on the front stretch. Into turn 1, Wilkinson stays low. Pettit right through the middle. Neil Bruins highest lane right now. Again, half a second was the margin between Pettit and Bruins the last time by. At the line, it'll be Wilkinson the leader.
Cameron Wilkinson right behind his brother Kyle Wilkinson. They're 1 and 2. Pettit, Bruins side by side, and then that's Chuck Sands. Down the backstretch into turn number 3, it is Kyle Wilkinson.
Oh, Wilkinson's transponder not responding on the My Race Pass. He's so quick, he's outrunning his transponder right now. He's so fast. But can he outrun younger brother Cameron? Cameron's right there, ready to make a move, trying to put that Camaro nose piece in front of Kyle for the race lead. How many times have we seen this happen here at Off Road? Kyle has it over Cameron at the white flag.
Big white bed sheets up it is. Kyle Wilkinson over Cameron Wilkinson. It'll be an interesting conversation at Thanksgiving on this one. Kyle Wilkinson into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4. The checker flag is out. Oh, Kyle Wilkinson.
Cameron will take second. That'll be Ron Pettit. Chuck Sands wins the battle of the 74s over Neil Bruins for the 4th spot.
So your winner hails from Neely. He's part of the Neely Nightmares. That is the 52 of Kyle Wilkinson.
Next row back, it'll be the 11A of Tyler A. Frank and the 11A on his outside, Cameron Meyer, the 21.
And rounding out the field, the Punisher, the 97, David Johnson. Race fans, on your feet, parade lap, IMCA Northern Sport Mods. Here they come. Start waving. Yo! Hoorah! I had to do it for you, Anthony.
Oh,
You know, I had.
Oh, you know it. I mean, we're back at it again. Our nights are numbered, I think, together here.
I remember the old days at Junction Motor Speedway. I tell you what, we had a lot of fun there, too.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, race fans. First main event of the night is about to go green. Jimmy?
Aaron Moorman at turn number 4. Mike says, let's go racing!
So off we go. The SportMod main event is underway side by side early on between Jason King and Aaron Warman. Mad shovel there. Here comes Cameron Meyer looking to the outside. He gets the door slammed on him by Langenberg as they go through 3 and 4 this time. Jason King the leader after 1.
Jason King, Aaron Warman. Then you got the 10F in there of Aaron French. So you got a couple of Aarons in there battling. And then here comes the 38 of Jeremy Gannett. Look at the 1J of Colby Langland Langenberg splitting them out of turn 4.
Man, they were 4 wide there. Warman gets into Cameron Meyer. He bangs it off the wall. Nearly gets into David Johnson down the front straightaway. But now Meyer drops to the rear. They go down the back straightaway. King has the lead for the time being. The 64 thousandths of a second was the lead that time by. It looks like Jason King showing the way.
Jason King, Aaron French. Look at the 1J of Colby Langenberg. Then you got Jeremy Gannett, the 11A of Tyler A. Frank. And outside of him, the 15 of Michael Wolf.
King continues to show the way, but Langenberg working his way up to position number 2. Keep your eyes on the Norfolk native. Lives just down the road here. Little hop and skip over here to Off Road Speedway. Langenberg trying to go to the outside. He'll duck inside for the race lead off of 4. King still the leader.
King barely the leader, but look at this. 1J Colby Langenberg gets the advantage on the inside. Here comes the 11A of Tyler A. Frank. And now moving up to 97, the Punisher, David Johnson. Got around the 21 of Cameron Meyer. They're battling it out. Little Robbins Racing coming out of turn 4, along with the 38 of Jeremy Gannett.
What a race there. Colby Langenberg having a great run. A. Frank working his way up to position number 2. Meanwhile, David Johnson still in the thick of traffic right now, trying to battle Aaron French and Jeremy Gannett back there at the back of the top 5. Gannett hanging on to the 4th spot as they go into turn number 1. He's battling Jason King.
Colby Langenberg with the lead, but here comes the 11A of Tyler A. Frank. Jeremy Gannett looking on the outside of Jason King for 3rd. And here comes the Punisher, David Johnson. But it's Cameron Meyer on the outside in the Mac Tools 21 getting in that 5th spot.
I think next time by we will have 6 laps to go. Colby Langenberg picking him up and laying him down right now, but it's a fatal 4-way match for position number 4 on the speedway. Here comes Johnson, big run to the inside. He noses ahead of King as they come down the front straightaway, but the race is still hot and heavy as Cameron Meyer even banging it off the walls, not stopping that 21. He's going to battle Johnson.
Colby Langenberg with the lead. We have 5 laps left to go, followed by Tyler A. Frank. Then it's Jeremy Gannett, Cameron Meyer, David Johnson battling it out. Now David Johnson has the lead over Cameron Meyer. Then it's Jason King and Aaron French.
A lot of good racing there in the middle of the pack. Meanwhile, Colby Langenberg, he wants none of it. We got a spin in turn number 2. Aaron Warman has gone around, but it looks like he's just inside the cones. So I think he's off the track and out of harm's way, so we'll keep going. Meanwhile, Jason King gets caught up by Aaron French, so King will lose the spot to Michael Wolf.
Colby Langenberg now on the high side, Tyler A. Frank on the low side, Jeremy Gannett running toward the middle. Now still the battle's on between the 97 of David Johnson, the 21 of Cameron Meyer. Then it is Aaron French.
Langenberg just having his way right now, but the battle between Johnson and Meyer is far from over. That's the battle for the 4th spot. Leader comes around. He will take the white flag. 1/4 mile to go for Colby Langenberg. That battle for 4th still hot and heavy.
1 lap to go. Colby Langenberg, Tyler A. Frank. 3rd belongs to Jeremy Gannett. Then it's David Johnson in 4th, followed by Cameron Meyer. Then it's Aaron French. But coming around turn number 4 to get the checker flag, Colby Lightning Langenberg.
Excellent run there for him. Tyler A. Frank will cross in the 2nd spot. 3rd at the line, going to be Jeremy Gannett. Then it's David Johnson, Cameron Meyer, Aaron French, Michael Wolf, and Jason King to round out the field.
So the top 3 will pull up here to the front stretch. And we need to see down there at the flag stand for the SportMods, Bentley Freeman. Bentley Freeman is our junior trophy presenter. Bentley Freeman. So head on down there and see Mike present the trophy to your top 3, which would be Colby Langenberg, Tyler A. Frank, and Jeremy Gannett.
We're up next. You know the names, you know the game. This is the Class 2 Tough to Tame, your IMCA Stock Cars.
Here they come out of turn number 4. Start waving. Yo! Hoorah! Don't be too jealous, PJ.
Oh, you never get tired of that, man.
Well, you know, somebody said, why don't you do it at off-road? And I said, well, it's a Columbus thing. And so they said to me, well, you're not at Columbus anymore.
Well,
true. And they said, really, it's not a Columbus thing. It's a Jimmy thing.
It's a one-of-a-kind deal.
Well, here we go, Anthony. The wild things, the Class 2 Tough to Tame, your IMCA Stock Cars. And Ron Pettit says, let's go racing.
This is going to be a fun one. 18 laps to decide the winner in this one. We are green. 2 and 3 wide to kick this one off. It's going to be Pettit to lead the Stampede down the backstretch the first time. Kyle Wilkinson already right to work on the outside lane. A lot of rubber up there from that late model feature. 3 wide. Wilkinson gets the lead as Pettit got sideways.
Nick Bruman got in the back and said, how you doing, Mr. Pettit? That got him loose. Here comes the Killer Bee, number 11 of Chad Bruins, moving into second on the outside of Ron Pettit. But it is Kyle Wilkinson with the lead coming out of turn 4.
Look at that, 3 wide, 2 rows deep as they came off at turn number 4, and that battle's going to close in on Ron Pettit. So you've got about a 7-car battle for the final podium spot for the time being. Meanwhile, Chad Bruins sizing up Kyle Wilkinson for the lead. The Neely Nightmare and the Killer Bee side by side here at Off Road. Give it to Wilkinson.
Chad Bruins and Kyle Wilkinson, Ron Pettit. Then you got Tanner Pettit. So it's a battle of the Pettits. And then you have Derek Seahigh in there, Nick Brugman, and coming on the outside, that happens to be, I think the 5 of Cameron Wilkinson.
Nick Brugman on the outside wells. We got caution. Caution is out. We've got trouble in turn number 1. I think possibly debris over there.
That French driver.
Yep.
God, he's always got to show up, doesn't he?
Yep, over in turn number 2 looks like, actually.
Debris.
Yep.
Anthony was the one that ran up and down the steps. I sat in the chair up here.
Yeah, I need to work. Still need that cardio workout. Yep.
But thanks for caring anyway, Blake. We appreciate it.
All right.
Over there in Sioux Falls, sitting in your Chase Lounge. But anyway, Kyle Wilkinson gets the green.
We get back down to business with the stock cars. Already 3 wide for that second spot as they go into turn number 1 as Cameron Wilkinson starts to push the issue on the bottom of turn number 2. Wilkinson noses ahead of Ron Pettit for the 3rd spot. Here comes Nick Brugman. Can the little bomber make something happen? Made the move up to the hobby stocks last year. From the hobby stocks last year. And Brugman starting to get in that mid shuffle of things, but Wilkinson holding them all off right now.
I tell you what, Nick Brugman being first time in a stock car this year, he's not holding back really. You look at him, he's mixing it up with the guys that have been racing quite a while in stock cars. And Ryan Harris and Ron Pettit about had a meeting over there down the front stretch, but no harm, no foul. It is still Kyle Wilkinson.
Ryan Harris, you mentioned, Jimmy, he was your feature winner here at Off Road Speedway 1 week ago in that 49. Meanwhile, we got a spin in turn number 3. That's Tanner Cunningham who's gone around. He's done a complete 360. Can he get it refired? Not in time. Caution out.
Nope, caution's going to come out for Tanner Cunningham.
A duff right there for the double nickel.
Now, in the feature races, it's 2, you lose. So Tanner's got 1 more life.
So you do get a mulligan.
You get a mulligan in the features.
All right. Yep, looks like he went to the pit area for a quick change, but now he's got at least he'll be up to speed probably by the time he catches the rear of the field.
Kyle Wilkinson, turn number 3 with the field. The Delaware double fire restart. Turn number 4, let's go racing.
I believe it was brother Cameron who won the Bob Haase Memorial for the stock car division last year. Of course, their father Jason won the hobby stock portion of the program last year. And now it's starting to get shuffly as Ryan Harris, look at Flying Ryan on the outside lane, moves his way up to the 4th spot, and the Harris fans are on their feet saying, get after it, get you some.
The Harris clan is in the house tonight, and they are cheering their man on as it's Kyle Wilkinson, Chad Bruins, Cameron Wilkinson, Ryan Harris now on the outside for that 4th position on Tanner Pettit. But it's still Kyle Wilkinson, Chad Bruins, Cameron Wilkinson, Ryan Harris, Tanner Pettit, Ron Pettit. And on the inside of him looks to be Hans Hopek in the 59.
You know, those Wilkinsons, they're always tough here at the Off Road Speedway. This serves basically as their home track each and every Saturday night. Meanwhile, Chad Bruins putting up a decent fight in that 11 machine. Bruins, I know, doesn't have as many Bs on the side as his teammate Neil. But right now, doing a great job. Trouble for Tanner Pettit. He's off the pace.
Tanner Pettit on the high side. Turn number 2 comes to a stop.
Nope.
Yellow.
He doesn't stop, but it's enough to draw the caution. I believe a flat tire is the call on the 2T of Tanner Pettit. Tough right there for the Norfolk native. He won that photo finish of a heat race earlier tonight. Looks like a flat left front.
Currently running in, I believe, that 5th spot.
Yep.
And he's having a very good run tonight here at Off Road Speedway.
He was 6th until Tanner Pettit had his troubles. Tanner's back out.
Let's go racing.
We are back to it here at Off Road And Ryan Harris is going to press the issue. He tries to make it 3 wide into turn 1. They're 3 wide behind him as Ron Pettit holds off Hofek and Nick Brugman down the back straightaway. Harris back to the outside lane to try to make something happen here.
Coming across at turn number 4, Kyle Wilkinson, Cameron Wilkinson, Chad Bruns, Ryan Harris. Now moving up on the inside. Here comes the 6 of Nick Brugman.
Look at that, 4 wide off of turn 2. And here comes the newly named Dirt Road Bandit, Jeremy Hoskinson, making moves on the outside.
Oh, they clipped the cone coming out of turn 4.
Looks like
it is still Kyle Wilkinson. Cameron, the yellow's going to come out.
Oh, it looked like it was just out of harm's way, but it looks like they're saying no dice. It looks like there's another cone over in turn number 2 that's been kind of cow-tipped over there at the bottom of turn 2. Tough right there.
Well, the one thing is, Anthony, they got rid of those big, fat, white implement tires.
Yeah,
which were always getting hit, and then they were on the track. Or
not to mention, with those big implement tires, that could easily take the nose off of one of these cars.
And the winner last night in the Property Solutions of America MSTS 360s, Jack Dober, the gas man.
That's right. Brought one back to Springfield.
Setting the pace once again, Kyle Wilkinson, greens out. We have 8 laps to go.
So far, we're 10 laps into this soiree, and I think the best is yet to come, Jimmy. We know this from experience. 4 wide, there's Chuck Sands, tries to press the issue on the outside, but Jeremy Hoskinson able to scoot ahead of Brugman, Sands, and Seahigh, and they're still 3 and 4 wide, but we got a little bit of trouble in the back. Alan Zimmerman is sideways. Can he get it off the track in time? Survey says no.
Yellow.
Man, and J.C. Bruns got collected in that as well. J.C. was able to drive off, but tough right there for the Central City Outlaw.
Yep, Alan Zimmerman, a tough week last week for him. He came out here, heat race, goes into turn number 3, launches the motor. Tonight, well, out of control in turns 3 and 4 and loops it. Going to line up behind the 55 of Tanner Cunningham.
Yep, according to my race pass, that's Neil Bruns.
Neil Bruns, Tanner Cunningham, and Alan Zimmerman.
See if I can get the whole screen up here. Meanwhile, caution lights are out.
Single file.
We get ready to go off of turn number 4. Back to green with the stock cars, 7 to go. So we get back to work with the Class 2 Tough to Tame. Cameron Wilkinson, good run off at turn number 2, going even with Chad Bruns. There's Ryan Harris back in position number 4. There's still enough time to make something happen for the Homer, Nebraska native, the 49. Still has some ground to make up on the podium spots.
Kyle Wilkinson, Chad Bruns, Cameron Wilkinson. You couldn't ask for a smoother race service than tonight. Ryan Harris sitting back there in that 4th spot. Nick Brugman, the young man, the young bomber, up to 5th. Hans Hofek, Ron Pettit, Derek Seahigh.
Right now, mid-17-second brackets. Actually, the last time around, Kyle and Cameron Wilkinson, identical lap time, 17.613 for both of them. Off of turn number 4, Chad Bruns right there to the inside, so it's an evenly matched race up front.
3-way battle for the lead. Brothers battling it out. Kyle and Cameron Wilkinson. Now Cameron to the outside of Kyle. Chad Bruns back behind Kyle. Here comes Cameron Wilkinson for the lead. It is still Kyle Wilkinson.
Ryan Harris is back there just in case something goes south between the top 3 as they go into 1. Harris just biding his time. There's still some time left to go, but not much though. 3 laps remaining, I should say. 2 to go, signal comes up. If Harris has something, he's got to show it now. But now things are starting to get pretty dicey in the mid-pack. Tanner Pettit trying to squeeze the bottom for all she's worth, trying to get around Hans Hofek.
Kyle Wilkinson, Cameron Wilkinson, Chad Bruns, Ryan Harris, Nick Brugman, Chuck Sands, Derek Seahigh.
Final time. Who gets back here first? Down the back straight and into 3. Cameron Wilkinson with a good run. Who gets back here first? Race fans, it's going to be a drag race to the line. Kyle Wilkinson pulls ahead, and he'll hang on for the W here at Off Road.
Cameron Wilkinson second, Chad Bruns, Ryan Harris, then it's Nick Brugman, Chuck Sands, Derek Seahigh, Tanner Pettit, Hans Hofek. But your winner, the 52 of Kyle Wilkinson. Actually, the brothers finishing 1 and 2 with Cameron in second and Chad Bruns in third.
Well, we had the Wilkinson brothers 1-2 finish over at US 30 Speedway. I believe the last time we ran over there about 2 weeks ago.
Bristol Bruins, you're our junior trophy presenter. Bristol Bruins